Hey, Sarah. Hey, everybody. Miss Parker. Message, the text message. The message. What's going on, everybody? Hey, Sarah. Good to see you, girl. Where you been? Where you been, Sarah? Where you been, Sarah? Where you been? I ain't seen you, girl, in a minute. I ain't talked to you. Nothing. Girl. Well, today's going to be about a few trending topics that we need to catch up on. Let me get my disclaimer before I get started on that. Because, I've been hearing a lot of stuff. A lot of people's stuff been taken. I don't know. These people, they acting crazy around here. Like they ain't got no senses. No sense. It's no senses. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to one of the channels down there below. To the channels below. Thank you, Sarah. I sure appreciate your sister. I'm trying to build our community up. I know, huh? You sure right. Hey, Pep. Yeah, I've been a little sleeping around here. Yeah. But I tell you, them early mornings make you get up and tell you, hey, I'm a morning person. When I get up, I'm up. I'm up and I'm on it. I'm up. I'm up. When I'm up, I'm up. When I lay it down, I'ma lay it down. And I take me a nap every day. I take a nap every single day. Me and Sabrina, we take a nap every day. A nap is very important. If it's 30 minutes, that's good. Get your power nap in. For the kids get in, for the hubby get in, boyfriend get in, fiance get in. Take your power nap. If you got time, take your power nap. If it's 30 minutes, take your 30-minute power nap, y'all. I'm telling you, the power naps be putting a good thing in play. Just like, say for instance, I'm gonna go hang out. I'm gonna go out and hang out by 9 o'clock. I'm gonna go home about 6:30, 7 o'clock. Take me a little power nap so I can hang all night long. Woo! Yes, sir. Paradise, Mr. D's, Diddy Club, KC Hall. Yeah, all that. Let's get started, y'all. Well, some strange things we couldn't come out again by Diddy, y'all. He doing a little bit too much right here. Now we know where he gonna get the egg trick from, y'all. Check it out.
Y'all know how they say birds of a feather flock together? Well, if that saying is true, Russell Brand might have some trouble. So this is Russell Brand and his good friend Diddy, famously known for the egg trick. And if you don't know what the egg trick is, it's too nasty to get into right now, but just think of Diddy. You see, Diddy and Russell Brand are both two men who are currently accused of doing horrible things to women. And it all started on the set of Get Him to the Greek. See, it was on the set of that movie that Russell Brand met his boy, Diddy. See, on the set, he claims that Diddy was doing things way out of his league that he wasn't ready for. And he was running, much like you see in this picture. He claims it was so many times Diddy wanted to get him to party, and he would tell him no because he had to go home to his wife, Katy Perry. And antennas really went up when Russell said this: when denied that connection to God, I'll make all sorts of ridiculous choices. Thankfully, one of those choices was not hanging out at a Diddy party. I know when Diddy heard that, he said, wait a minute, Russell, you have been at Diddy parties, but what you mean? What's going on so much at Diddy parties that it would be such a ridiculous choice? As a matter of fact, that might have been a question Diddy was asking him when he was running here. But this is when everybody starts side-eyeing old Russie. Because he's painting the picture that little Diddy monster is making him do things he don't want to do, or trying to make him do things he don't want to do. So then people started saying, well, if that's the case, why way after that did you go on an infamous trip to Vegas with just you and Diddy? And if Diddy is so much of a savage and you're not into him, why is y'all flying to Vegas with Diddy's arm around you, Russell? Now ask Russell about that. He'll say, yeah. I went to Vegas but I tapped out before all the crazy stuff happened. Diddy did that on his own. Well, Russell, what do you have to say about what happened on the set of the remake of Arthur? They said you did really bad things to women and you actually...
I don't know why the volume went out. But anyway, we got the idea right. So my thing is this right here. He said Diddy is out of his league. Okay. But if Diddy's out of his league, well, you was the one to show him the egg treat. He was the one to show him the egg treat. Y'all remember the egg treat, right? The baby old man did to the other people. Well, this is a man that started the egg treat in the Cheeky Beats. This is a man that started the egg treat in the Cheeky Beats. This is where he got it from. Now, knowing that he's married to Katy Perry, I haven't been seeing Katy Perry do too much of anything lately. Where is she at? I know she got to be embarrassed by this right here. Now, he's looking crazy, trying to say he don't want nothing to do with it. But it's too late. Because how do he know how to do the egg trick? Your clothing had to be unpresentable to know the egg trick. Okay? And they ain't fooling me. I know what went on. Also, here's another story of the football player of Frisco, Carmelo. Now, I knew it was more than what the story was. We talked about it the other day, right, y'all? So here's the other part of it. Let's talk about this right here.
Everybody's talking about this story regarding Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf down there in Frisco, Texas. Austin got unalived. A lot of people are trying to make it a race issue, and it's not. It has nothing to do with that right there. But a lot of people are attacking this young man and are showing the negative side and everything. But I want you to see him in his positive side because this was self-defense. The story is being told. Carmelo, he was sitting up under a tent, under the wrong tent and everything. That's what they said, under the wrong tent. And Austin came over there, told him to move. Said Carmelo got aggressive with him and everything, and then stabbed him with a knife in the heart and everything, and he passed away. That's not the full story. First off, Carmelo had permission from another coach to go over there and set up under that tent. He had permission. Another thing that was said and been spread out far and wide is that they didn't know each other. That's a lie. Because they definitely knew each other. This is an older picture. They definitely knew each other. Other stuff that's coming out is Austin was being mean and harassing Carmelo, his girlfriend, actually, Carmelo's girlfriend. He was harassing her at a party that was about maybe a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago. Carmelo took up for his girlfriend. Then all of a sudden the fight broke out. Austin broke Carmelo's phone just the day before this incident took place. So the day of this incident, Austin confronted Carmelo for sitting up under the tent in the wrong area. They got into an argument. Carmelo's backpack was grabbed, and then he was called the N-word. And then Austin tried to grab him forcibly. He tried to forcibly move him. And it wasn't Austin by himself. Both of them got up there and attacked Carmelo. Both of them did. And there were a lot of witnesses down there that said that the twins, plural, tried to jump him. Well, actually, they did jump him. They stomped on him, and they broke his phone, and they tried to take his things. So nothing peaceful was about that whole thing. And something else is going to come out. This is allegedly. Something else is going to come out. He had narcotics in his system. He did. Austin, he had narcotics in his system. That's what caused him to be overly aggressive. So just like I said over on the book face over there, that was self-defense. That's what he did. He did self-defense. Everybody's coming for him. People trying to make this out of something that is not self-defense.
I'm not going to call it till I see everything that go on. I'm not going to call it. I'm not going to call it till I find out everything has happened. I'm not going to call it. I'm not. But was it self-defense? We don't know. We only know what they told us, right? We don't know. But apparently they didn't like his girlfriend. His girlfriend got into it. And then he broke his phone. No. So yeah. Most definitely. He got some more stuff going. It's some more stuff going on. Yeah. Pap says, I agree. Yeah. It's some more stuff going on, but it ain't come out. But I don't like it how, what I don't like is how they try and make it seem like he was a straight up murderer. You see what I'm saying? He was a straight up murderer. He's not that. He was not doing it. That was not his intention. He was basically standing up for himself from both two brothers. Remember I said, well, why the other brother just stand there and watch? The other brother didn't help him? Because his twin brother passed away in his arms. So remember I said, why did his brother help him? They just stood there, nobody did nothing. But it wasn't even like that. Want to be like this right here, but it's more to the story, y'all. Never complete the story and you don't know the whole story. You got to know the whole story before you make a decision. Let's talk about Makita's cookie, y'all. Now, when I heard this right here, I was like, oh, dang.
Me and Jay already said that this is bigger than straight drop. This is bigger than Cornelius Smith. I've been saying this. Sauce Gang, we been saying this is deeper than straight drop and Cornelius Smith. I told y'all this from the get-go. Y'all didn't believe me, though. I said this is way bigger than that. And what I tell y'all, CMG and Big Juke them was behind his death, man. We been saying this, Sauce Gang. So they finna pick everybody up that's involved in this situation. It's a sad case, man. How the way they hit Dolph up, man. This was a paid hit. Ain't nobody finna jump out the car.
Anybody hating?
Shot Dolph 22 times with the Draco. Then straight drop, hopped out the driver's side and shot him 4-5 times with a pistol. And this how you know Makita's cookie played some part in that. Nobody is looking at how did straight drop them just get out the car and just shoot at Dolph inside the Makita's cookie shop. So y'all just went past his vehicle. Y'all didn't think that somebody was in his Corvette. Y'all didn't think that.
Hey, Pam, how you doing, sister?
Hey, friend.
Hey. What you think about that Makita?
How you doing?
Are you doing all right today? You all right today, sister?
Tired.
Tired, girl.
Just a little tired.
What you think about that young Dolph thing? I know it's just crazy. I hate this little mama.
I don't know. I ain't seen too much about that, but I knew the way he got killed was kind of suspicious.
They go Northside. What's up, Northside? He said, what's going on? What's going on with you, Northside? I don't know. I just heard that people they keep bringing the same stuff up, the same scenario up over and over and over again. That's the crazy part about me. I don't like that. They just. If you did it, you did it. You know, and why? My thing is, why be trying to do the crime, do the time when you did it? You the one that did the problem. You was the problem causer.
Yeah,
right? So
but a lot of that stuff, you know, they go get a hot head. Somebody done paid them to do it.
Yeah, they was paid. Yeah, and a lot of men, brother, and everything. Let's talk about Mr. James. I don't know, it don't. It was sad. Let's talk about Mr. James Williams. Hold on.
But you took him from us. I mean, took him with a gun at 80 years old. Why? Why would you do that? He can't hurt nobody.
80-year-old James Williams was sitting on his front porch on Avenue E when police say a gunman came to his home and shot him Tuesday night. Williams lived in the neighborhood for more than 60 years.
He's been here all his life. He wasn't bothering no one. He was sitting on his own porch. They took a part of us. We are broken today.
His nickname was Uncle Pig. He was known around the neighborhood as someone people could share a laugh with and was welcoming to those around the area.
If you get out from church, you can just stop by here, just get a laugh. Whatever you needed, you can get it from here.
Family says he was so well liked in the community, even his home earned a nickname, Under the Tree on Avenue E.
That's what you call it. When anybody talk about where you going, up under the tree, Avenue E, because you are welcome here. You are welcome here every day. It's just not our family hurt. The neighborhood is hurting.
Wow, that's crazy. They ain't bother nobody. That was pure evil. Okay, Northside said, yo, got it free, living his best life. Trial is over. Okay. I hope it's over. I hope everything done with. But yeah, that man didn't do nothing to nobody, y'all. Back to that. That man was sitting out. He like to sit outside, enjoy, and that's what old people when you get older, you like to sit outside, listen to birds chirp, the butterflies, the bees, the cats, the dogs. You know what I'm saying? Some you see some pregnant, some may not be, but That's what you do when you get old, and you give your knowledge out. Am I right, Pat?
Yeah, some people, when they get
Yeah.
to a certain point, that's all they want to do is hang out, and talk to people, sit on their porch.
Hmm. Y'all in Texas, y'all. I don't know. I mean, they take my baby to get the hell out of Texas, but y'all daddies, y'all men like to go hide and seek and dip and dab and nighttime creepers. Oh, it's a lot of nighttime creepers. Hmm. It's a lot of nighttime creepers. Men's creep at night with the heavyset women, and then when they get pregnant, they don't know them. But anyway, this is gonna come to a halt. Check it out.
In the state of Texas, they just decided that the child father will have to now pay retrospectively child support on the day of the conception. Now, I had to go Google this and look it up, but it says that you look at the woman's last menstrual cycle and you add 2 weeks onto that. That means if your ass just shooting and goosing all over the place, but you're broke, yeah, you're going to be back paying child support in debt from the day that you skeeted it and, you know what I'm saying, made it where she missed her. Yeah, man, it's going to be bad for some of y'all because this is why I said reproductive justice is important for everybody. And y'all thought I was bullshitting. Y'all said I was pandering. Whole time it has implications for all parties involved. In all seriousness, though, this do kind of make sense right here. This recognizes that the responsibility that the mom is bearing does not begin at birth, but starts months before that, heard you said, referencing medical care expenses that begin before the baby is born. Some of y'all gonna ask, well, what, the baby ain't theirs? Well, that's why I said retrospectively. They've already decided the baby is yours.
Pap. What you think, Pap? What you think about that? It's a good thing or bad thing? I think it's gonna be bad.
I think it's a good thing because they gonna have to take the DNA to find out if it's his or not, and that's all
Okay.
they
I
gonna
was
have
thinking
to.
that they wouldn't take now. Okay, they're gonna have to take one.
They
But
ain't got no other choice.
and then he got paid back from the day that she got pregnant with his baby to up to date. It's like you said, gonna be back time child support.
Yeah,
That ain't
it ain't
fair,
gonna
y'all.
be. They gonna put it. They gonna retroact it back, and that's where it's gonna start at. Not when she take him to court after the baby here. I think it is, sir. Because if you're a man and wife and you married, your husband taking care of you the day you getting pregnant, you got pregnant and in household, and he making sure you got medical care and all that. If you man and wife, so if they out
True.
there like he said shooting and juicing, they need to pay the same price.
It's gonna hurt a lot of people, ain't it?
It ought to make a lot of people stop and think.
They're gonna have to stop and think about having these babies. But where did woman get punished at? Because sometimes women trick men.
Well, he can't do no more than she let him do.
Yeah, I bet about them condoms.
Yeah, he got free will. She got free will.
Y'all
So if
men.
he freely, willingly to do it, whether she tricked him or not, he did it. He did it.
Y'all men's warning sign. Warning, 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 warning. Y'all better, I hope y'all listening. I hope y'all got that down piece of paper. Man, that's man. I don't know about that. I think I'm waiting to hear about it. Want to tell me about how it happened, what happened.
Well, me, I'm waiting to hear too. But my thing is, you, what about all these women that's tricking these men and lying, knowing all the time them ain't none of their kids?
That's what I'm saying. They need to be caught. They dirty, no good.
So you can look at it from that aspect too. If she tricked this man, then find out this man is really the daddy. Well, that man over there might have been taken care of ever since day one, thinking it's his baby and it ain't his baby.
They've been doing that. I've been seeing a lot of that on YouTube and Facebook and
I
Instagram.
think in that case, if she lied, no lied, knowing who the baby was all the time. Now, sometimes you do give them that don't know because they out there wild and loose and don't this one here and this one here the same night and all kind of shit like that. But if she knowingly lied, she no retrospect for her. Nothing for
Right.
her.
Right.
Start from that day, she found out who the baby daddy is.
But I feel like if they've been tricking this man and he think the baby was his, I feel like they should be punished. The female should be punished to pay that man back his money.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah. She should
Yeah.
pay his money back, and the daddy shouldn't get no rent because she lied and she been tricking
Yeah.
people, playing games.
Yeah.
So
That's why a lot. That's why a
daddy
lot of
stole his
men.
that day when he found out that that's his baby.
That's why a lot of men, a lot of young boys don't want. A lot of young men don't want no babies
And
now
them that's
nowadays. I don't know. I don't know. Let's just check out the
I
wall.
don't think it's so much that they want.
Huh? You what, Pap?
I don't think it's so much that they don't want no kids. They more is deciding when they want them.
We're gonna find out. Let's check out. Let's
They
check out this
protecting
wall.
themselves a little bit more, not just.
You right, but they should be punished though, and don't let them get away with it. Like you said, let them pay for it. But yeah, we're gonna see how it work out for them daddies, y'all. But let's check out this wall, y'all. This wall is a dangerous wall.
An inside look at the investigation. Police say this is where Alexis Schuler's remains were found during a search warrant executed Sunday. Court documents say her body was in a makeshift tomb under the stairs, behind fresh drywall, in a plastic container surrounded by large amounts of poured concrete, covered in soil and hay. Police say she went into Devontae Gray's home on Larchmont Avenue in Capitol Heights 9 days earlier on January 10th and never came back out. They say surveillance video from following days showed Gray coming and going, bringing cleaning and construction supplies into the home. She was officially reported missing in D.C. on January 14th.
Alexis will be deeply missed, and there is a void in our family that can never be filled. Her 3 children will no longer feel their mother's embrace or hear their mother's voice.
Police say they'd received multiple domestic calls from the home in the past, the most recent just 1 day before she was last seen.
Wish we had been a day or two early.
Dang, that day was just her day. Dang, man, I don't fool around with strangers like that. Huh?
That's what I'm saying. Did she know him or was he a stranger?
Yeah, but it says she had just met him, and the day before he killed her, the day before he unalived her, it was a domestic violence there. See, what I'm talking about? Nah, I think I'm good. I think I'm good, Pap.
I know that's right.
I think I'm good. Let's check out Mexico, y'all. We're gonna talk about this, y'all.
That's right.
Yeah. Let's check out Mexico. In Mexico, y'all, I don't know. It's getting bad, y'all, and I think it got something to do with the White House. I know it do.
We are in Mexico. We just arrived. I have too many electronics. I am in the office and they are charging me for having electronics. They are charging a 19% tax on any electronics you have in. You can only bring in
1 laptop, 2 cameras, and that's it.
And then anything else, it is a sales tax. So I had to pay 19% of what the cost of my drone was to bring in. This is ridiculous. They tried to rob us in Mexico.
They didn't try to rob them in Mexico. New laws, new rules. What you think, Pam?
I think because it said you can only bring 1 laptop and 2 cameras. Why you can't bring no phone? And the laptop can do basically what the phone do. But
Right.
they can track them phones a little bit easier than they can them laptops. And if they got a tax on electronics like that, they, one, trying to get their money back, and two, they don't know what Trump and them looking at, because they know them that the United States got some powerful electronics.
Right.
The government is listening to everybody, and they know it.
and people still talking like they don't even care anyway. They still run their mouths anyway. They don't care.
Yep. They shouldn't, because they crooked,
right,
they crooked anyway, and you do it, you still, you have, they not right, put it that way, they not right. And you still have freedom of speech. And who are you?
Yeah.
You said I got freedom of speech, so I'm speaking. That's my speech, and I should be able to say what I want to say if I have freedom of speech. Who are you to tell me what I can and can't say?
You right. Yeah. You right. Yeah, be careful when y'all go get your IDs. You got to think about what you put on your ID, y'all.
I've asked you not to take my son. Also, I swear my son would have not wanted his organs removed. All of us, all parents, are here. We said no. I am asking. I need them to come in the seat. My son did not want that. I signed when it was a minor. It's not. He's not giving them.
Can you change your mind like that when you been marked that you want to be a donor, but then later down the line you forgot to go back and undo because you don't want to be one anymore? Because they've been with the reason was, I mean, God.
Even if he a minor, he shouldn't. His parents still should have the last say so. But in the state of Texas, when it's convenient for them, you're an adult at 17.
Yeah, you sure all right. You sure all right.
Commit a crime. Commit a crime. Commit the wrong kind of crime. You are an adult in the state of Texas at the age of 17.
Yeah. So you after the 16, you turn 17, you shipped off.
Nah. Yeah, it depends on the type of crime you commit.
Yeah.
Because I got married at 17 and my mom still had to sign the papers.
Oh, she did?
Yes, she did. They said that if I had been 18, I could have did it, but my mom had to sign the papers at 17. But if I had go out there and kill somebody, I'd go up there and rub somebody with a gun, or I got too much melanin in my skin and I beat somebody up with my hands, that's a crime, and then you gonna try me as an adult.
Dang.
See how they contradict themselves?
I see what you're saying.
Okay, I'm 17 years old. I'm 16, 17 years old. I can get a driving license, but I'm not considered an adult. But if I get into an accident and I done put on here, I want to donate my organs. But if I get into an accident and because I done put on here, I want to donate my organs, it don't matter if I'm a child, 17 years old or not. My parents has no say.
Yeah, you right. Most definitely. If you look at it that way, you are most definitely correct. Well, let's check out this right here, and I want your opinion.
This airline passenger was waiting to board a flight when she received a strange text on her cell phone. 34-year-old Ashley Barno didn't recognize the phone number. Moments later came this: "You are looking very gorgeous in that gray top today." Ashley says her anxiety grew when the man texting her claimed to work for American Airlines. He said his name was Ahmad. It was about to get even creepier after Ashley boarded her flight from San Diego to Chicago. Yep, he was on board the same plane, and he was watching her as she filed past him on her way to her seat. In total, Ashley says she received, get this, 100 texts from him during the 4-hour flight, including sexually suggestive images. Ashley Barno says she showed the text messages to a flight attendant who recognized the American Airlines employee and told Ashley this wasn't the first time he'd done this. When the plane landed in Chicago, he was escorted off.
Ashley is suing American Airlines for negligent hiring, and she's suing the man for sexual harassment. In a statement to Inside Edition, the airline says they take privacy and safety of their customers seriously, adding that the employee no longer works for them.
Oh no, I got a problem with this story right there.
Look, Airlines can't catch a break, can they?
But how did they know that it was him without seeing his face? They say he did it before, but
yeah. If he had did it before, they should have fired him.
That's what I'm talking about.
Why he still working?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't understand that. I didn't get that.
I didn't get that either. That don't make sense to me. He should have been fired. He might have had the complexion for protection.
Let me go on.
Did 10 years on a life sentence. How'd you get out?
I had to sacrifice my son.
What's a life sentence?
Like, I mean, in the feds, it say deceased. I don't know what it say in the state, but in the fed, my out date said deceased.
And they allowed you out of the feds?
I sacrificed my son.
In what way?
Ultimate sacrifice.
What's the ultimate sacrifice?
Same subject.
So you do 10 years in the feds and you get out.
So
how long have you been out?
Everything happened in 7. So I think about either 7 or 14 years. I don't know. But everything happened in 7. So I don't know.
OG Percy.
Do you miss your son?
If I do, I don't remember. I don't know.
That's crazy.
What the hell they do to him?
He did the ultimate sacrifice. His son. OG Percy.
But my thing, he said, he asked him, do he miss his son? He said, if I do, I don't remember. What's wrong with your head?
Was he on drugs or something, you think? Something wrong with him, wasn't it?
You got life in the feds. That's day for day. That's why they had deceased on now.
Oh.
So how you do 10 years to get out and you sacrifice your son? What did you do to sacrifice your son to get out?
Right.
Other than sacrifice your son, why did you have to Why did you have to sacrifice your son? So what did you do? What did you do?
But Pap.
If you said that was the ultimate sacrifice.
But Pap, my thing is, he didn't go to jail for his son. He went to jail for something else. That's
what the ultimate sacrifice was, his son, to get out of jail, because he had life in the fed.
Yeah. Oh, and what you mean? So when you have life, it says deceased on there.
Yeah, because you got to do day for day in the feds.
Damn.
In the state jail, you bring so much to the door and they let you go. Unless you get life without parole. Because you can get life with parole and be paroled out.
Like, I wonder what did he do to make a decision like that? I would never make a decision like that.
I want to know, what did he have to do? And the price was sacrificing his son.
Oh, boy told him to change the question. Oh, boy told him to change the question. You hear when he said change the question?
Yeah.
Yeah, he feel like he didn't want to talk about it, I guess. I don't know why not. Anyway. Y'all, these bishops around here, these bishops ain't no good in Dallas, Texas, Pap. Check it out, girl. They dirty. Oh.
You know it's finna get serious. And all these showing, all that's finna, man, say, they gonna lock you up. It finna get real. I went to a meeting. A lot of y'all don't know this. I'm finna expose. And y'all ain't heard this from nobody. I was sitting in the room with the FBI, the ATF, everybody. They got an organization for every neighborhood. Oak Cliff, East Dallas. I heard them saying people names that I grew up with and know. But they had a task force. They are watching y'all for 3-4 years. They don't know I'm an ex everything. And I'm sitting up and listening to the whole conversation. You gotta know I've been on both sides. They got a task for the ATL people running around with people that sell. They got a group of people dealing with every neighborhood. Watch this. Man, they had pictures. I wanted to say, hey man, call some people. They got you, man. They watching you. I'm a pastor, so I can't do that. It would have been like me condoning what they do. So, you know, that one side of you, you know, you come from the streets. I want to say, hey man, get out the street, man. They finna come get you, man.
But just doing that little interview right there, he said a lot. Dummy.
But my thing is, you know, I'm finna, if you holler about, you want to pick up the phone, call some people, man, they finna come get you, they got pictures, all this, and that. You could do that. Me being a pastor, I can't do that. That means I'm condoning it. Now, you ain't condoning it because you're supposed to be helping the community anyway. You feel like you condone it because he said a dope, or you just helping the man not to get caught and get him out the street, and, you know, for a minute, because our dope dealers ain't running around killing people.
They sure ain't. I know a whole bunch of them ain't doing it.
Me too.
I know a lot.
I mean, what happened to your compassion for the community? You talking about, you heard what he named? Okay, you said Oak Cliff, East Dallas. Everybody know what's there. Oak Cliff, East Dallas. You know anything about Dallas? Why ain't nobody? Y'all ain't got no task force over there in University Park. That's where the real crooks at.
You know why they ain't over there. We know why they ain't. It ain't us over there. They didn't want to hold all the good guns and all the M heads. Yeah.
They having parties and selling weapons and guns and shit. That's where the criminals at.
My son went to the party the other night with one of his Caucasian friends. He said he went there. He said they had everything up in there. So they been mud wrestling, big old house, and everything. Yeah. And he said he was the only black person in there. I'm like, what? He said, yeah. Yeah. He sure did. I said, well, how'd you feel being on a black person being there? I watched, but I partied though too.
Tell your son, don't do that no more.
Girl, I'm telling him what you said. Keep your butt at home.
And see what they doing up in there. But he was the only black one up in there.
He was the only black person in
there. Tell him don't do that no more.
But Pastor don't do that no more. Boy. Pastor don't do that no more. Partying by yourself with them people. You on one down at that color. He said, yeah.
Take somebody else with him. Don't do that, because them people, they crazy. They strange. They do weird shit. I done been around a bunch of them by myself. I was the only one. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a whole bunch of them. It was about 4 or 5 of them. And but it's like my grandma say, tell me it's just for his safety, but it's like my grandma say, you got to get to know him, man. The white girl I was with, she didn't know she was no white girl.
Mm-hmm. See, he been knowing this person for a long time, but I don't know how long he been knowing them. They've been knowing how long that person been knowing them other people. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, yeah, he said he had a headache almost down to 2 days.
My man, he did. Ain't no telling what they had up in there.
What you drink? He said they had some Jello shots and some other stuff. He said they happened there.
No telling.
Yeah, boy, come here. Mm-hmm. Hearing that laughing at this TV show. Tell Pep what are you drunk at the party?
Some white folks, you know, some tequila shots, you know, some Hennessy's, and some, you know, some Jello shots, you know, smoked a little bit, drank some Tennessee Hennessy, some Tennessee whiskey.
You mixing all that. That's why you had a headache for 2 days. Your body
okay.
A couple of beers.
I didn't hear all that. My God. So
You
you the
mixing
only,
all that shit.
you the only person, you the only black person
Yeah,
there.
I was the only color person there. Yeah,
Pep,
there's like missing, Hispanic folks there, but I was
Pep
only.
said don't do that no more.
Yeah,
Take the mic with you.
yeah, I know. But
I
everybody,
be worried.
How long you
About,
been knowing that person?
about a year now.
Oh, you said you been knowing that person about a year now.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
about a year.
it just
I don't hang out with them too much, but they'll just, he was like, come hang out. I've been in the house so long, so I want to hang out. But, I won't go on that long. But I know when I first came in, I watched my surroundings, Pat. Oh, yeah. I looked
yeah.
everybody up. I had my mean thug face on my face. My hat turned to the side. Oh, yeah.
Already.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you thug, you been thugging,
My
huh?
hand in my pocket. Ready, my hand in my pocket, balled up. Ready to hit you one of things.
Yeah. He better,
Oh, yeah.
he better stay at home, Pep.
I do stay at home
Yeah, I
now.
know I gotta stay. He don't gotta stay at home. I just don't want. I
You
want him to
gotta
be
be more
safe.
careful.
That's all.
Yeah, be
Yeah,
more careful. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because you never know what's going in, especially when it's just one of us. You never know what goes through the wrong person's mind.
Oh, yeah.
So don't get that mud wrestling.
Everybody else could be on the right accord, and that one crazy one in the crowd. It's
Yeah,
always one.
yeah.
But then nobody never used the word "end" though. It's like they might have seen the N word, seen me, but they never said
Yeah,
it. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? They not now.
yeah. Sometimes
Cause
you
the
can
dude
find
out,
something that want to party. You can find
yeah,
something on the party,
the
but you
white boy,
still
he
gotta be
cool.
careful.
He was half black, half ghetto white boy, from South Dallas, Then they moved away
Oh
out of Texas.
yeah, probably got a white mama, black dad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I know. I got some nieces and nephews like that.
Mm-hmm. And my cousin, he moving to North Carolina. Girl, I don't know if it was North Carolina is poor. They ain't got no money in North Carolina. They broke up
Depends on
there.
where you go. Depends on where you go.
You right. Yeah. You right. Depends on where
Cause
they go, what area you go to. But he moved up there to his girlfriend make about $50 an hour. They moved to the car company, the BMD, the BMX, and no, what do you call it? Yeah, they moving up that way.
That's really why they tore up North Carolina.
That's why they tore it up
Cause
they took everything away.
Cause it got all the minerals there, and they want to put that money up in there and build them plants and stuff, and they want to get that mineral up out of there. And it's a bunch of black people in North Carolina. It's a
It
bunch of
sure
black
is
people in North Carolina.
a lot. Yeah, the BMW places go up there and stuff, and the car company moving, and she getting all the incentives and this and that. And he said, even though he got his own company, he said him and his son had a talk. His son told him he better go and go. She got pension, retirement. He getting old. I said, how you gonna tell somebody they getting old and they better go and go? Like they gonna get nobody else.
Yeah.
Whatever, girl. They're my people. Let's check out United Flight, y'all. Now, they done lost their mind, y'all. I will what I want where I'm grown.
This one has a lot of people up in arms. Two girls were trying to board a United flight in Denver when the gate agent stopped them, deeming their spandex leggings were inappropriate. The outrage began at Denver Airport Sunday when two girls were denied entry onto a United flight by the gate agent. The reason? They were wearing spandex leggings. Passenger Shannon Watts tweeting, "She's forcing them to change or put dresses on over leggings or they can't board. Since when does United police women's clothing?" United immediately responded, "We do have the right to refuse transport for passengers who are barefoot or not properly clothed." The reaction on social media, fast and furious. Since when are leggings inappropriate? Is United Airlines fashion police or misogynist? United later clarified the girls were traveling on the airline's PASS program, which provides free flights for relatives and friends of United employees. The airline told us it has stricter dress code requirements for these non-revenue passengers.
United's policy does seem a bit more sexist than other airlines because they restrict leggings, they restrict mostly articles of clothing that women would wear, while men are mostly free to go as long as they don't wear flip-flops.
What the?
Can't you tell me what the hell I need to wear? What the hell? I believe somebody. I think somebody was jealous. Somebody was
I think
jealous.
they was too. But
Mm-hmm.
why? What? Now, everybody wear leggings.
Even their grandma wore leggings at home.
Mm-hmm. What
You
is
can't
they
wear
doing?
leggings
Who's
though.
they? Boy, I tell you, this world is really going to hell in a handbasket.
United Airline. You see how these planes are still falling out here?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with that? They said they said a little bit, but they I heard on the news for like maybe about 45 seconds, then they went away and talked about it no more.
I heard that he was the CEO.
They're pushing it through. They're pushing it through. They're just pushing it through. They ain't saying it. Just push it through and leave it short. And that's all they say. They ain't saying too much enough. What you hear about it?
He was he was a CEO of some company, Seaman or something. And he was the largest shareholder in something. And him, his wife, and all his kids all got demised in the helicopter.
Yeah. It said the helicopter just fell apart. How do a helicopter fall apart? How do a helicopter fall apart, Pap? It wasn't well put together. Somebody went down there, unscrewed some stuff, and they had a pilot say, take my life.
Or
And
didn't maintenance like it was supposed to. You ain't putting no grease, oil, or whatever it is on there to go on them helicopter. That stuff gonna come off.
They got to be
So
checking the
somebody wasn't
helicopter.
doing that job. But they said they said that helicopter had made 6 flights that day, and when the people was on it, they was finna stop and get some fuel because it didn't have no fuel in it. But my thing is, okay, the pilot was a black dude named Sean Johnson, supposed to be.
Oh.
And you took off and didn't know you didn't have no fuel?
I didn't know it was a black man that was a pilot.
Supposedly, from what I heard.
And I'm like, that
I
has to be.
don't think it was his error, because you're supposed to have people that make sure it's fuel in that helicopter, just like a plane. Make sure everything was on it, and ain't no gauges in there tell you ain't got. I mean, he should have checked the gauge before he left. That's the only thing I can fault him for.
Yeah. Dang. Well, I'm sure it was no inspection. I think he said they had like 6 flights that day, so I'm sure it wasn't no inspection between them flights either, right?
Evidently not, if it tore up like that. The blades come off of it, they said.
If they said, and they showed in slow motion. When they showed in slow motion how it hit the water, that's about all they said. They said nothing else about it on the news. That was it. That was it. I'm like, what? Now, how do a plane fall apart? Did somebody go and unscrew some stuff? But I didn't know it been on that many flights in that one day, though.
I don't know how it's attached or the parts work, but it's some screws and there's some oil and something got to be.
Maybe the lug nuts came off.
Well, that means somebody wasn't paying attention to it and maintenance like it's supposed to be doing.
Man, that's crucial.
If for the blades to come off a helicopter, that's odd.
Yeah, and they started crashing to each other now still, and they ain't came with a reason for that yet. They just saying stuff, and they just and people still getting on the plane, I'm like, I ain't nowhere in the world. When my cousin left this morning to go to North Carolina, I'm like, boy, nowhere in the world I'm getting on a plane. Not right now. I'm gonna pray for you as you go up in that air though. Lord, nah, I couldn't do no plane right now. It'd be some years before I get to a plane. It'd be some years. Some years. I want to go to Vegas, but I don't want to go that bad right now. I think I have to do everything by car. So anybody get sick, y'all better hope y'all not flightable. So I ain't coming, but I got to fly. I'm gonna have to drive. I sure am. Let me see. Let's check out the son. This little boy being at home, and how wrong these people are.
Hello, your door's open. Oh, yeah, sir. I don't feel comfortable opening this door, Alma.
You keep your doors locked at home, Pep?
Nah, okay. It just depends.
I keep mine locked, girl.
It just depends in the daytime, like when everybody coming and going, it might not be locked. It might be locked, but everybody go out the garage, so the front door might be locked.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
But when I get ready to lay it down, I make sure everything locked up.
Yeah, I mean, and then how they gonna come in and handle that little boy like that? He was 16 years old.
And he had your door open. So what if my door open? I might be airing my house out.
Right. And you could tell he was nervous, and he said he didn't feel comfortable with him being in his home.
Man, they just coming up here. I be sitting pretty good.
Gonna tell that young man, we need to find you a girlfriend. What?
No,
they all upstairs or the all upstairs or what the hell? No.
You just busting in the house like that. No. You ain't got no warrant. And you can't justify none of that. Because where is it written that I can't have my front door open?
That's why we need to educate our kids.
And if I was trying to hide something, I don't think the front door would be standing wide open.
That's true. But don't you think we need to educate our kids about locking the doors when they come home from school? Ain't nobody coming. Well, I wouldn't say ain't nobody coming in, but I would make sure lock the door behind you. We come in the house, lock the door behind you. If I'm there, if I'm not there, lock the door behind you. Because that situation could have turned out real bad though. And on the TV, it looked like he was playing like a video game on the TV. He was watching in the living room. He playing a game.
They had no business busting up in there looking for a girl. Well, you knock on the door, not holler, hey, your door open. So what? What you doing up in here? He told him he didn't feel comfortable, and when he told him he didn't feel comfortable, they just asserting their authority.
Yep. Smashed him in the face and threw him down on the couch.
I sue him too. I sue him. For every penny of both of them police pension.
Before I open my door up, I look at my peephole. I open my door up. Well, I look at the peephole. I check my locks before I go to bed, and I check them in the daytime when I'm at home. Make sure, so my son go out with it, but I keep my doors locked. Anybody come upstairs anyway, want to try and get something, they needed it bad. Come with them damn steps. They want it bad, girl. I mean, they want it bad. Let's check out the celebrity wheels.
Michael Jackson died with no will. Prince died with no will. Aretha Franklin died with no will. Last week I had to bury Angie Stone with no will. You got to make sure that you are leaving something for your children. Dr. Schaub, 87% of black children don't know the names of their great-grandparents. Why? Because they didn't leave them nothing. Because we haven't created any legacy for those that are coming behind. Y'all got to get your stuff in order. Y'all ain't saying that. I said, you better get your business in. You too old to not have stuff in order. Come on now. GoFundMe is not a plan. You got to have a plan in order. I don't care where you work or what you do. Make sure that you got your paperwork. The book of Proverbs says a good man leaves an inheritance. You got to make sure that you are leaving something for your children.
My thing I want to say on that is everybody want to leave something for their kids. Everybody do. Everybody. I don't know who don't want to leave nothing for their kids. Let's say evil and mad and bitter. I mean, I don't know nobody. I
have to disagree with him on one thing when he said a lot of people don't know their great grandparents' name because they didn't leave them nothing. That's a lie.
It sure is. It sure is. It sure is.
I knew my great grandparents, and my kids know their knew their great grandparents.
My kids did too. I knew my grandmother.
And my grandkids know their great grandparents. That's
Yeah,
because
I
you're
know
supposed to teach
mine.
them who they are, period.
Yeah,
Period. Not that's because they didn't leave them nothing, period.
yeah.
They need to
And
know who
then
they
my
people
thing
are, who
is,
they are.
why do celebrities lead no will? I just don't believe, Pap. I just don't believe no celebrities don't lead no will. I just don't believe that. I don't know why, but I don't believe it. I don't think it's true.
I don't think it's true either.
Mm-mm.
Because
I
in the
believe
song,
it's some paperwork.
she said she that supposed last video, she said she was trying to get the stuff back so she could leave something for her kids and grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
But he do got a lot of point because a lot of people don't have no wheels and don't have their stuff set up and like it need to be set up because
But I'm
they
sure
don't.
they did. I'm sure they knew how to set their stuff up though, Pap.
Maybe not because they didn't know how to keep them folks from stealing their money.
No. So they just let somebody just come in and just take it all, and that be it. But what about their sisters and I mean, if they don't leave no will, it don't go down to the next person in kin.
It go to probate court. Even if you leave a will, it go to probate court. That's why you need to get a trust. Hey, Jason.
Yeah,
Excuse me,
not
I'm
no
alive.
will, get trust fund, not a will, huh?
Man, my house filling up. I didn't know everybody was coming.
Girl, I'm forgetting. I'm forgetting again. I got about two more videos. I'm gonna be through. Cause I might not be here tomorrow. I might be going somewhere tomorrow, so I might not be in town. So I might be going to the casino for a little while. I don't know. They asked
Have
me to go.
fun.
They asked me to go. And I said I ain't got no money. Well, you ain't got no money. I got no money. Okay, all I need is my 911, my knife, my mace. I'm ready to go. If you got to get out, Pep, I understand. You got no problem, girl. I understand. I should thank you for coming through, though.
You welcome, friend. I'll be back. My house filling up. Them
I
kids in
know.
Texarkana, they on spring break and 3 or 4 of
Spring
them.
break.
Yeah, they got another break. And I think they got a winter break.
I
And
wish I knew that was. I wish I knew that was coming. I would have had them bring me some pink lemonade to Dallas,
I
Texas. I can't
didn't know
find
they
none
was
of
coming.
them.
They had no
It's
idea.
okay. It's okay, friend. But go ahead, take care of your the family come first, baby. Go ahead. I understand, baby. You know, we talk all the time, so call me when you get a chance.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you when I got a
Oh,
chance. I'm gonna call you.
Sarah cause my baby down there corrected me. She said, you go live Sunday, not Saturday. My bad.
Okay.
Hey, Top Flight, how you doing, baby? Yeah, I understand though, Pep. Go ahead and handle the baby. I understand. I love you, and I'll talk to you later when you get to call me. Cause I still
All
need
right,
a
I
couple of
love you
books.
too.
I still need to name a couple of books I need to put down so I put them on my community wall.
Okay.
Okay, baby. All right, let me talk to you later.
All right.
All right. I'm good, baby. I'm good. I'm good, baby. I'm like you. Can't complain. Glad to be living. Glad to be living. Glad to be living. Y'all, I want to ask y'all a question after this, and I want y'all to give me y'all opinion, and you get to put your mind in a good place. Put your mind in a good place. You got baby daddy, whatever. Put your mind in a good place. Let it just just go out there, put it in a good place. You know what I'm saying? So let's go.
What are your thoughts on your significant other not showing up for your child? Her biological father passed before she was born, and her stepfather has been in her life since she was 4. She's now a teenager, but he comes to none of her games and doesn't provide emotional support.
I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. Male-centered women are a danger to themselves and everyone around them. The fact that you would get married to a man who is not treating your daughter like his child, she has never known a father because her father died before she was even brought into this world. And then you bring a man around her who you claim treated her okay, before y'all got married, and then as soon as y'all got married, treated her like shit. And you proceed to be married to this man for years, into her teenagers. He came into her life when she was a baby, and then into her teenagers, continue to treat her like shit. And I'm sure you didn't go a decade without sleeping with your husband. So you are laying with a man who you can see is not being available to your child, is not emotional with your child, who is essentially treating your child like shit. So I know that that child walks around that house on fucking eggshells. And if you can see it, imagine how she feels in her home. Imagine how she feels knowing that her mother is much rather have a man, would much rather say that she has a husband than create a safe, inviting environment for her. I just seen a video of a creator saying that people talk about deadbeat dads or dads that were never there, but never talk about the men that stayed, right? That goes the same thing for, step parents. It's like, you want to say like you created this environment or this home for her where she has technically two parents, but one of the parents is treating her like shit. Just for the sake of you having a man. You stayed with a man for well over a fucking decade just so that you can have a man, but that man treats your child like shit, is not inviting to your child, is not loving to your child, is not showing up for your child. So you can say you got a man?
Well, how she feel, huh? Well, this is how I feel. You don't need a man in the house with you when you have your baby. You can do everything by yourself. Everything by yourself. Just accept what has happened. Just accept what has happened. And you have to do everything by yourself. That's just it. That's how I feel. But anyway, if you feel you can do everything by yourself, you don't need that person. If you can't make a man take responsibility for another man's child. A man can love you, but don't want to love your child. That means that you don't need that man in your life. I'm sorry. Anyway, I would never take a man that do not accept my kids. If you can't accept my kids, I'm sorry. I don't care if she is just a baby. When she get older, she get older and you start treating her a certain kind of way that I don't like when you treat my kid, I wouldn't even be fooling around with you, period. No, not at all. For what reason? No reason. None. Anyway, let me get my little commentary out here. But anyway, let me get my community announcement. Okay. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Miss Parker. Make sure you go subscribe to The Message. I'll be at this channel. Subscribe to CK, Ladies of Generations. Subscribe to Hood Talk with that boy DC. So yeah, we just all trying to get everything out the ground and trying to get things started. But yeah, anyway, Sabrina started getting all along. I guess it's time for me to get out. She done stretch her way over here on me over here. That's right, Sarah. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. You better believe it. You better believe it. And her ex-husband. Why? My thing is, why the ex-husband not taking care of the husband? I mean, she had a husband. Why the husband not taking care of his kid? Why you depending on that man? You can't depend on a man to take care of nobody else's baby. And like Sarah just said, you can't love my kid. You can't love me and be with me. Waste my time. But yeah, you couldn't even waste my time. Couldn't waste my time at all. And y'all, I got some names of some cookies. I'm gonna go over them in a couple of days and everything. And I seen my niece last night, so she came over with my sister, and she said that she'd make me 150 cookies. Give her the names, and I forgot that I already had the names. I'm gonna call her, give her the names. And my older sister came over as well, which today was my niece was her daughter, and my sister brought me a gift. You know, I love my sister. Yeah, my sister, she real nice. too nice, but don't push that button. We all got a button. You know what I'm talking about? We all got a button you push that make us all real mad, and we'll show you just exactly how we feel. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, when you get up out of here, just go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. I should appreciate it. And let me play this last video. Let's go.
I wasn't expecting my last video to blow up like it did.
If your husband or wife work in the emergency room overnight, chances of them cheating on you is very high. Let me do a quick story.
One of the 3 nurses that's following me, and I'm almost sure it was Kate. Let me hold that thought until after my meeting at 3 o'clock. Let me do a quick little story time. One of them decided to send my video to HR, and my manager called me this morning demanding me to remove my video. I told her absolutely not. I did not disclose any names or locations, so why would I do that? Now I got a meeting at 3 o'clock. I'm here to tell them if they fire me or suspend me, I will be dropping first and last names, because ain't no way I got a meeting because I'm spreading awareness to the faithful husbands and wives out here that's not cheating. I'm allowed to say whatever I want to say on my page. They cannot take that away. This is something I experienced working there. So what? Why can't I talk about it?
Because why can't she talk about it? Because some things to be talked about at work and some things is not to be talked about. But she made a video though. And she right. She didn't enclose anybody's name or locations or color or what position they played in or nothing like that. So why do she report to HR? And that was on her own time. And why does she get to erase the video? But now since she got to go to the office, she gonna tell everything. So now who's gonna be looking crazy? The both of them? Or all of them who's been sleeping with different men on the job? Because she said she gonna call some names. See, sometimes you can't, that's a work gossip. Work gossip is not good for you at all. That work gossip will get you caught up in so much stuff at work, and you wouldn't believe how much stuff it get you caught up in. Just at work from gossiping people. When I worked at a job, I didn't do no gossip on the job. I ain't have nothing to tell them no way. What am I gonna say? I ain't got nothing to say. I don't have nothing to say about nobody. Nothing. At all. But anyway, y'all. Today Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. And hope everybody having a marvelous evening. I'm having a great evening. Again, tomorrow I go live on Sunday, but tomorrow I won't be around. I'm gonna be out and about, and I'm gonna be on a little short date, something like that. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, like I said, I got the name of the cookies and everything. So now when I come back on Sunday, I'm gonna need the name of the little pies or little cakes, the mini pies I can put in the bake off. So yeah, we're gonna have that going, and y'all just heard me tell Pep to send me the name of the books. So I can put them on my community wall of the ebooks. So the ebooks are for sale. And as soon as you give them to them, I'm gonna put them on the community wall, community post. And all proceeds will be going to Vino donations for the homeless. So we're gonna be doing that for sure. So keep that in mind, y'all. And again, I've been working out. I've been going to work out. I've been enjoying myself, y'all. I'm having a good time. But my cousin said he gonna leave me though. He gonna leave me going to North Carolina. I don't know for what. North Carolina, there's no money in North Carolina. North Carolina, it's nothing there. And I don't know why he won't go to North Carolina. I know I sure would. That'd be probably the last place I would go is North Carolina. Good grief. Yeah. But hopefully, after Pap get everything situated, like I said, she been looking into the parade, and so I'm gonna let you know more about that. But when Sunday come, you know, I'll tell you some more things that they got going on. And if y'all know anybody that makes shirts, let me know. I'm looking for somebody that makes shirts for Butterfly Queens, for CK Generations. And y'all please go subscribe. I sure appreciate it. Subscribe to Hood Talk, that with the boy DC. Subscribe to Video Entertainment TV if you haven't subscribed yet. I sure appreciate it. Subscribe to Miss Parker. Subscribe to Just Me TT. Subscribe to Shank Rock. Subscribe to Watch Tribe. Yeah. And y'all know who I've been going to look at lately, y'all? I've been going to watch TT. Transparent Talk. She be giving some good tea out. Child, let me tell you. Transparent Talk. I went there yesterday. I went there kind of early, but I had to leave out at a point in time, and I never did go back and return back to the show. But then she had one again today, this morning. It's morning time she had it. I don't know that time where she had, but she had one today, and she let some steam out. She did some. She talked about some folks that and said some things that I hadn't heard. Because when I get off of here, sometimes I just get off. I don't go back on. I watch me some movies or spend some time with some people or go on a date or eat with me and my son eating dinner together or something like that. Or mention with Sabrina because she gets jealous and everything of the laptop. Don't want me on her. She start crawling on me, walk across the laptop, start stretching and stuff and crazy stuff like that. But I just want to say last night, if I got her, I want to say that last night when I see my sister, I hadn't seen my sister in about maybe almost a year. Almost a year. She Aquarius, and she don't have time for no bunch of BS, but she's off into the word real deep, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. So like I said, she brought me a gift. It was nice of her to think of me as a sister. Brought me a sister gift. It says bestie on it. She got it from Zills. It's real pretty. I was like, oh, so now I'm going to go to K Jewelers and find her something that I can get her just because. These are not just birthday presents, Christmas presents. These are just because I love you. Just because, you're my sister. These are just because gifts. And sometimes you can give just because gifts out. Just because you're my friend. Just because you're sweet, you're nice, you're a good person. Just because, you're doing good, you're doing good at home or you're doing good at school or just because. And when you give a person a just because present, let them understand this is just because the person that you are. Not nothing that you did or nothing like that. Good grades. It's nothing but that good grades. It's just because. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to put that off into just because you can. You making good grades in school and, giving no problems and, you doing good at home. You respectful, this and this and that. Just because. Just because I love you gifts. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Make people, if people don't understand that, make them understand that. So on that note, as Pat would say, keep your head on a swivel. And as Perp would say, how the hell you gonna love somebody? You don't love yourself. See you on Sunday. Peace.